what I was talking about yesterday, because it's all part of my diabolical plan to undermine social media, including the social media that you're currently watching right now, which is an interesting thing. I realized that that this is a part of it, and really, it's in many ways a lot of what I do is to make my presence irrelevant, and so to even my music. I've often said that if I were to do a song in a set that so inspired somebody that they went off and I never heard from them again, that would be great, because they're off doing their own thing, and that would be fabulous. Same with this, and so the idea is to think about in terms of undermining social media, because ultimately the way social media works is it gets us connected to it, and it gets us coming back for more and more and more and more. It gets us kind of locked in, and so this idea is intended to directly undermine that. So when you pull up your social media, when you refresh your Facebook or your Twitter or your Instagram or whatever it has to be, what would be the perfect thing that you would see? If the thing came up, it was like, oh, that would be this thing that would be just perfect. What would that be for you? And take a little time to kind of think about what that would be. What would the content be? What the message be? What would it be about or connected to? And ponder that for a bit. And you can come back to this later if you want to, because I'm just going to lay the whole thing out. You can take as much time as you want to. Because the next thing you want to do is start to think about why that would be the perfect thing for you. Why, and then what it says about what you're standing for and what you're holding dear, that would be the perfect thing to you. These things that you're standing for and holding dear, that you hold close to your heart, that make this the perfect thing that you would see on this social media page or this stream or this feed or whatever the hell they call these things. And then because what that does is if you walk through this and actually do it, it completely repositions you in relation to social media, because ultimately social media or news or any of that stuff is never going to bring you that thing. But there are ways that you could get that thing that aren't connected to social media, and for the most part are connected to real connections with people, direct connections with people, conversations with people, things that you would evoke and evolve in your life. And and then it just there's the disconnection from the link. Because one of the things I've said a lot is that I really believe that people's connection to social media is based on this idea that it will give us that connection, that it will create that connection for us. I think that's the most seductive thing about it, because if it didn't offer that at all, we would never pay attention. And so it is this notion, this idea that somehow, some way you're going to get that thing. And so, so if you really ponder a bit about what that thing might be, and it's really important in the context of these sorts of things, it might be some kind of connection with a person who I really care about. And it's there is a seduction, because the way the culture is for us to go, oh, that just says that you're a lonely person and you're a loser and wah, 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 wah. This is not, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. That's why I ask questions like, what does it say about what you're holding dear? Because even if it is about connecting with another person, what you're holding dear is not that you're a loser. I don't know exactly what you would say you were holding dear, but what I would say that I was holding dear, if that was the thing that I was connected to, would be connection to others, the importance of relationship, value of human interaction. Those are completely different things. And those things stand outside of the general seduction that we get from this culture to kind of paint ourselves in lights that aren't necessarily complementary, which is a whole other thing about how we're continually invited to not talk about how we are awesome, and that that's somehow wrong, or it's immodest, or there's all these words about. And so we're constantly diminishing ourselves and thinking that that's what we're supposed to do, which is a whole other kettle of fish that I might talk about tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about it right now. What I'm talking about right now is this process that you might go through to at least weaken the links that we have to media. And mostly I'm suggesting this because of all the conversations I've had with so many people, and I introduced my own experience of getting linked to media and have that being so depleting for me and so draining for me, because there was so many invitations for me to think that I should be responsible for or connected to things that I have absolutely no control over. And so, yes, it's just a little invitation for people to consider possibilities that might weaken that link that we have to so many of these social media things. So anyway, that's it for today. I will be back tomorrow with something. It's unclear to me at this point what it will be, because I really don't plan these things. I go with what I'm inspired to talk about in the moment, based on conversations I have with all the amazing people that I have the privilege to know. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Hope you're having a great day. It's a little cloudy here in northeastern Oh, it's actually raining. It's raining here in northeastern New England, which is really a good thing because it's been so dry. But that's what's happening here. Hope whatever's happening where you are is awesome as well. And if it's not, maybe tomorrow. But take care, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow, or you will see me. I'll be talking.